right? A right to buy a specific currency at a designated strike price or exercise price within a specific period of time. So like in future or in forward, we have the rate is called forward rate or future rate. Here, the rate is called exercise rate or strike price or exercise price. It also has a time period and it also expires after time period as well. So if the spot rate rises above the strike price, the owner of the call can exercise the right to buy currency at the strike price. Let me give you the example. Oh, sorry. White screen. So when you want to buy Australian dollar, right now the price is 0.53, call option. So the purchaser of the call option, that person who purchased the call option will get, come on, right to buy, right? So the purchaser of the call option, he will be purchasing the right to buy, right? So if the purchaser expect that after 60 days, the Australian dollar gonna be increased to $0.59, right? If it's betting or its analysis is true, so this is the exercise price or strike price represented by X. So if the price in this or the spot market or the spot rate actually 0.59, then what happened? Is there any profit here? The purchaser of the call option, he will exercise the right. And when he exercises the right, it means that person, the counterparty who sell this call option, he will be obligated to buy to sell at 0.53. You will be purchasing at 0.53 and selling it to the market 0.59 and taking how much into your pocket? $0.06. But the question is, that is your profit? Answer is no. Why? Because you pay a premium. So if you are entering into call option and you purchase a call option, it means you are purchasing the right. So seller is at disadvantage, then you need to compensate it through premium. So what is the profit? Profit is the spread, that the difference you receive minus call premium. Then that is called, if the premium is 0.02, then you less 0.02, answer is 0.04. So that would be your profit. It is just buy low, sell high, and decrease the premium. Whether this is call premium, whether this is put premium. So you understand all this arrangement. By the way, we already talked about this. Just the new point here is that if you notice, I included purchaser here. And I'm going to be spending a little bit more time here because we will be, the last slide going to be regarding the selling call option or purchasing call option. So I think if I clear this point right now here, then at the last slide of this chapter, it will be very easy for you to understand. So I'm just going to remove it and make a new page. Yes. So here, what is the call option? Call option means right to buy, right? If there are two person here, so one is going to be seller and one is going to be the buyer. So if I buy, if I will call them just Mr. A, this Mr. B. So if Mr. A buy the call option, he's called the buyer of call option, right? And the B will be called seller of call option, right? So the person who is purchasing this call option, he is purchasing right to buy, which means if he exercise this position, then seller will be selling him, mean seller will be obligated to sell him, which means on a seller side, there is going to be obligation, right? So if the question says that seller of the call option has obligation to sell, it's true, false? It's true, right? Just putting, words in different, contexts here. So when buyer purchases the right to buy, he has the option. So in order to compensate that option, he will be paying premium. So call premium going to be represented by small c to the seller, right? This is how this transaction occurs. So to have the options to buy, he will pay some premium to the seller. Seller will receive the premium and buyer will be paying the premium. So that's why it's a negative C here, right? So what is positive C? Positive C is the compensation that seller of the call option received by selling the call option. Understand? So I'm just going very slow here. The purchaser of the call option, will pay the seller of the call option a premium. Now, vice versa. The seller of the call option will receive the call premium from buyer of the call option. Understand? Opposite sides of the same coin. Right? Understand this? Please, guys,
Yep.
do participate because this is very tricky concept. Okay, now the advanced level. Let's just stay here and talk about this. So that is a very nice situation in which if right now the spot market at point 0, which means you are here, the Australian dollar is equal to $0.53, and you expect that expectation for the future is that let me just change here, the Australian dollar will be appreciated against, no, sorry, the price going to increase. Come on, the Australian dollar gonna be, the controls are here. Okay, here, let me hide these controls again. Yes, it's going to be increased to $0.59, right? And that is your analysis, your fundamental analysis, your technical analysis, trend analysis, or you find out through computer softwares whatsoever, or through news whatsoever, right? You run a simulation, you find out that the future of the Australian dollar going to be $0.59. So in this situation, how you can make profit? You don't know about
You buy a call.
You don't know what's going to be the spot rate after 60 days, right? The answer is you buy. When you buy, then you pay commission. Now let's talk about the reversals. Right now, the value of Australian dollar is 0.53. And according to your analysis, the value going to be go down $0.48. And in the market, only call options are available. Can you make profit? Call options are purchased when you see that according to your own analysis, the future price is going to rise, but future price is going to decrease. Can you still make profit?
You can sell.
When you sell it, what happened? You receive. So your profit is maximum to, for example, the call premium is 0.03, right? So you know that the price is going to decrease and only call options are available. Then maximum you can do that. You sell the call option. When you sell the call option, you become the seller of the call option and you receive this call premium. That is your profit because you're receiving this call option, right? And what do you mean by that? It means you are entering into obligation because you sold the right to buy. That is sold. It means you enter into obligation to sell when purchaser or when the buyer of the call option demand, you will sell it against the call premium 0.03. And if your bet is true, then you earn 0.03 as call premium. What if you lose? If the price is 0.54 instead of your 0.48, if the buyer says that I demand, it's on to the buyer whether buyer want to buy or buyer don't want to buy. If buyer demanded, then it is your obligation because you have sell your obligation, not the because you have sell the right.